Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Faradila Aulliya, and I'm here to read my poetry read by me as assignment of Mr. Harir in subject poetry. Okay, my poetry has a title In Her Own Light, and then I would like to read this poetry first. The title In Her Own Light. In a mirror gaze, she finds her light. A woman fears a dawn in mind. In her eyes, the universe gleams, reflecting strength, her inner streams. Her love, a flame, burns bright within. Embracing flaws is where she'll begin. With each breath, she learns to soar. In self-love's ocean, she finds her shore. The dance with shadows makes them her friend. In solitude's embrace, her heart does mend. Through every trial, she finds her grace. In her own arms, she finds her solace. She paints her sky with hues of pride. In her own essence, she'll confide. No longer seeking, for she's complete. In self-love sanctuary, she finds her safe. So here she stands, a masterpiece divine, a woman in love with her own design. In her embrace, she finds her key. For the greatest love of all is to simply be. So I would like to uh, explain about this poetry. The interpretation that poem is reflection on self-love and inner strength. It uses various literary devices to convey the themes of self-acceptance about the woman and empowerment. The poem highlights how this woman learned to love herself even in the face of adversity and darkness. He finds peace in solitude and learns to embrace every aspect of herself, both the light and the dark. By depicting this woman as an artist who creates her own painting of life, the poem conveys the message that true happiness and satisfaction can be found when person truly accepts and loves themselves. In the end, this woman discovered that her greatest love was having the courage to be herself without expecting validation from others. In short, the point in this poem describes a woman's journey in loving and accepting herself. The main the main theme is self-love, where the woman finds strength, beauty, and peace within herself. Okay, for the next is interpretation. This is the kind of free poetry. There are five stanza. Each of them has 4 lines, so totally it has 20 lines. Each line discuss about relation between woman and herself as a woman. Most of the figurative language that is used in here is mainly personification and metaphor. This poem has a structured rhyme patterns with a consistent and rhyme in every 2 lines in every single end of sentence of line. I use slant or near rhyme because they have a similar ending sound. Even in several line, it is also have a same sound in the end of line. For example, here, you find my and my claims and dreams within and begin, soar and shore, friends, man, grace and solace, and etc. You can find the rhyme about AARBB, AABB. From the Indonesian, it is called is sajak. So just like that. Okay, let me analyze about the poetry first. I will explain it line by line. Okay, for the first is in the mirror, in the mirror gaze, it is symbols. The mirror in this line is symbolized introspection and self-reflection. It represents a tool through which the woman discovers her inner strength and beauty. And the next is she finds her light. It is personification because the mirror is personified as it finds her light. It is replay in the title, and then suggesting there is a source of guidance and self-discovery. And then the next is a woman fears a turn in mind. In her eyes, the universe gleams. It is each lines have a different language feature. For the first is a woman fears a thorn in mind. It is hyperbole because this line employs hyperbole to exaggerate the woman's strength and power. It is emphasize her formidable and inspiring presence. And then in her eyes, the universe gleams. It is similar. The simile compares the glimpse in the woman's eyes to gleaming of the universe. It emphasizes the vastness and beauty of her inner. And then reflecting strength her inner dreams is metaphor. Because why? Because it is described how the woman's inner dreams reflect of embodied strength. It implies that her dreams are not just aspiration, but source of the empowerment and determination. And the metaphor has the imagery and conveys the depth of the woman's inner world. And then we move to next stanza. Her love of flame burns bright within. It is metaphor. The woman's love is compared to a flame symbolizing warmth, passion, and vitality. This metaphor emphasizes the intensity and inner strength of herself. And then for the next is embracing flaws. It's where she'll begin. It is also a metaphor because describe the woman's acceptance of her imperfections, her flaws. Flaws here symbols the aspects of herself that she may perceive as shortcoming or weakness. Okay, for the next is with each breath, she learns to soar. It is also a metaphor. And then the next is in self-love's ocean, she finds her shore. It is imagery or personification because it is image how the ocean represent herself. And then she dances with shadows. It is imagery or personification because it is creates vivid and empowering image of herself. And then makes them her friend. Makes her her friend. Makes them. Them is represent the shadows. Then the woman want the shadows to be her friend. It is imagery because shadows is kesendirian or loneliness. She can alone because she have herself to represent her brave. And then in solitude's embrace her heart does man. This symbolize or symbolizes the need for introspection and self-reflection in the journey to self-love. Through every trial, she finds her grace. In her own arms, she finds her solace. It is also imagery because her own arms become the way for she or woman finds her solace. And then she paints her sky with hues of pride. It is personification. The sky is personified as something the woman paints with pride. This personification highlights the woman's agency and creative power in shaping her own identity and emotions. And in her own essence, she'll confide, no longer seeking for she's complete. In self-love, sanctuary defines her seat. It is also metaphor because the comparison of herself or her self-love to a sanctuary. Sanctuary is a metaphor that highlight is protective and nurturing qualities. Okay, here we go. In the last stanza, So here she stands, a masterpiece divine. It is imagery. The masterpiece is imagery because it creates a powerful and uplifting conclusion to the poem. A woman in love with her own design. In her embrace, she finds her key. She finds her key. Key is personification because suggesting there is a capable of unlocking its full potential. And then for the last one is for the greatest love of all is to simply be. It is allusion to praise the greatest love of all. The praise here alludes to the idea that self-love is the most powerful and fulfilling fulfilling form of love. So for the conclusion, the point is this in this poem describe a woman's journey in love and accepting herself, and in the main them in self-love, where the woman finds strength, beauty, and peace within herself. Whatever she have a weakness or it is a happiness, whatever it is, uh, and the woman want to love herself. Okay, that's all for my explaining of my poetry. The less I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.